Okay, so here we are, and today we're going to talk about education in Colombia. Okay, and we're based on the video by UNICEF and two readings that, or two articles that you read from the Colombia reports. But first of all, I'd like that you develop an exercise, an easy exercise that it consists in, I'm going to say you a word, okay? And for example, Karen, you have to say a new word with the last letter of my word. Then you say the letter, the word. Estela, with the final letter, you need another. You say another new word, and Jocelyn, you continue, and so on. But here the idea is that the words that you say are according to the topic, education. Okay.
All right.
We need to complete 20 words. Okay, 20 words. So I'm going to start with the first, and is education. So Karen, you continue. Education. So say a new word with N.
With and about education, yes, and the
Yes.
kids and I.
That is
No,
not.
that's suppose that is easy, but I don't know. Mm, I with N.
Yes.
Um,
Do we have any time or
Yes,
no?
you have at the time.
Like how much
I
time do we
don't
have?
know.
I have here my chronometer.
um,
With
profe,
the
no se
N.
puede con ¿eh?
Easy. With an N is easy. Something that you use to take notes on.
The notebook. I thought
Yes.
that only about the problem that is in the
Uh,
video and the articles.
No, because
I
it's
thought,
related with education, so the things, maybe the things that we can use. Yes,
ah,
not only factors
okay.
about that. Okay, Estela with K.
she said books,
Notebook.
notebook with.
Notebook or notebooks, Karen?
Notebook.
In singular.
That is more difficult.
Notebook. Sorry. Es que this don't sounds good. Notebooks.
All
Oh,
right.
okay, yeah. You're smart.
Now with S, science.
Okay, Jocelyn with E.
Tutor, how
Con
lean?
E. With E, con E. A word with E. Una palabra que comience con E relacionada con la educación.
What was the
Mm,
last word?
Science, E.
Science, but it's not an S.
Yes. No, you say science. I hear, sorry. Write in the, check in the chat.
Science. All right.
student.
Science. Okay. Science. Yes. With E.
Something with the,
With E.
something that you do at the end of a semester. When you are finishing, what is the last thing that you have to do, Jocelyn?
What teacher?
What is the last thing that you do when you finish the semester or the course? Tick tock, tick tock.
I do not understand.
Karen, your turn. With E.
With what, profe?
I can do that one, teacher,
E.
please.
D or E?
E. 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 E.
E
Yes.
like exam.
Yes. Okay.
That was
Okay. Very good. With M. Estela.
With
M. M.
M. Mm, Um, I don't know. With
Easy.
eh,
Teacher, can I help her with?
With clues. With clues.
With
Only with
clues.
clues.
Okay, okay. You can use that for look. Where are you? It
to
could
look.
be like you can see the work, the word in a picture in all the classroom.
Like materials.
Okay, yes, it's good.
I was talking about maps.
Okay, I said,
Okay.
but I said
With
materials.
S, Jocelyn. With S.
Eh, student.
Yes, very good. Karen with T.
Sí. Oh no.
Easy.
uh,
She says student.
I have the mind. I don't know. With the
Your future role.
mm,
Oh
uh,
yes. What will you do in the future? But maybe not you, but maybe I.
Yeah.
with T,
Yes.
Yes.
and you use for I no.
The person in front of the class.
Six.
The person in front of the class.
Ah, T, uh,
Excuse me?
teacher.
Ah, yes, of course. With R, Stella.
With our responsibility.
Okay. Responsibility. Responsibility, sorry. Responsibility.
With
With
why?
Y. This is with Y, Jocelyn.
Mm,
Mm.
mm, it's hard.
Yes.
Maybe it's hard, yes.
Mm, mm,
I don't think there is a word.
Yes, there's.
Yeah, there.
mm,
Mm.
We need a dictionary.
It's with according to the age of your pupils.
mm. Utils? Mm,
Excuse me?
According to the age.
Yes, of the pupils,
no,
your
no.
students.
It's an activity?
No, is how it is divided. The age of a person is divided. We divide the ages. Yes, by groups of age. So sorry, for from 0 to 2 years, you call that group. Yes, and
Oh, I don't
then
know.
from 3 to 6 or 7, and then from 4 to sorry, from 7 to 12 maybe, and then from 15 to 17, and then from 18 to 50, and then from 50 to 80 or 90.
Hmm.
No, Karen?
Young.
Yes, Karen, young,
All right.
young.
So
Okay,
young.
yes, young. So your turn, Stella, with G.
Young with E.
It is a hard word, Jocelyn.
Um, Geography.
Okay, okay. With Y again, Jocelyn.
Sorry. Oh gosh.
Mm, with
Y.
Again with
With
Y.
Y, again with Y. Y, tic tac.
why?
Education. What can you find in the in the education award? Mm.
With why?
Yeah,
Mm.
but it
Mm,
starts with that letter. It starts with that letter. Mm.
I
Karen,
don't know.
Karen, you ready? The
It could
times.
be, yes, I am ready.
Okay, go ahead.
It could be yesterday
No,
or a scholar year.
but it's two words. So
Okay,
maybe only.
year
Yes, could be possible. Yes, here.
or yellow.
Or yellow. Yes, why not? So which one? Year or yellow?
Yellow.
Oh my.
Yellow.
No,
Okay, with W. With W, Stella.
with W. Um, eh, Waste, as in the case of waste time.
Okay, okay. With E, Jocelyn. You say this one, right, Stella? Waste.
Waste
With E.
with E, yes.
Maybe
Which one?
education. Education.
I said that one. Esa fue la primera. It was the first.
Mm, with A.
Yeah, with E, con E.
Okay. Um,
Could be possible a country because we are based on that country or the language.
Oh, yes.
You're taking a basic what? Basic 2, this language. No, Jocelyn?
no.
What are you learning? What are you learning, Jocelyn? No? Karen, ready? The times.
Yes, teacher.
Tell me. Tell us.
English.
English,
English.
yes.
English.
English. Okay. We are in 12 words, Stella, with age.
English with age.
Yeah.
English. Age. Age. Mm, uh, mm, hard. When
Hard.
something is hard, yes. Mm,
Okay, okay. I'll put it. So with
correct.
D, Joxeline.
Yes.
With T
D, D.
and D. Uh,
When you don't know the word,
okay. One moment, I think. Hmm.
something that you
Develop,
use to look
development,
for the to look up. Excuse me?
development.
Yes, very good. With T, Karen.
Which one was what is this the word?
Development.
All right.
Yes, that's right. Karen with T.
See.
Topic.
Okay, excellent. With C,
With
Stella.
course. Course.
Okay, yes, very good. With E again, Jocelyn. E again.
Mm.
Mm, one moment.
Mhm.
Eh, eraser.
Okay, good. Yes. With R, Angie.
For me, for
Well,
Angie, sorry, Karen. I'm so
with
sorry. I
what?
don't know. R.
R.
R. Mm, with R. Mm, no, no, eso no me sale.
Ruler.
Oh,
Okay. Okay, yes. So
What?
with that, Karen,
what?
ruler.
Ah,
Ruler.
Yes, so Karen again with R.
And next with R. And next with R with for me. With R.
is something very similar at the ruler. El reglamento.
Yes, or may or rational.
It could be.
Rational?
Yes.
Okay, rational, but it's okay, yes, rational. With L, Jocelyn.
Eh,
What?
library. Library. Library.
Library.
Library.
Library. Library.
Yeah, very good, library. And we finish with the 20 words. Ah, when we need to think fast, it's difficult. It's difficult to remember the words. We think that we know, but when we have the pressure to say something in the less time as possible, it's complicated, right?
Okay.
Don't you think that?
Yes, teacher.
It's hard. Mm.
Yes, yes, because you need to think as quickly as possible, as quick. Okay, according to the video about UNICEF Colombia's Lifeline Education, what are the main factors which do not let children go to school or receive an education?
I thought
Tell me.
for me.
Okay, no, don't worry. Go ahead.
Okay, I think it is violence.
Yes,
There are more.
this is the main factor. Excuse me?
There are more, like, there is a big
Yes.
list. Uh,
Okay.
One of them, violence, a natural disaster,
Yes. Natural disasters.
natural disasters,
Hmm. What else?
like poverty,
Yeah.
drugs, prostitution.
Yes.
I think that was the more important.
And Karen, what would you like to add, or Jocelyn?
I am agree with Stella, and I don't have nothing more for say.
And Jocelyn?
Uh, about the video.
Yeah.
Uh, okay. There are many children how cannot attend the school
And what are the reasons?
because the violence uh, mm, had has been in displazados this plaza
Displacement?
this place. Um, so for I I do not have a money.
Okay. Yes. Money.
Mm, ready? No.
Excuse me. Displayed money. And what was the last one?
Violence,
Violence.
violence.
Uh-huh. Yes. Those are the main factors that interferes in the education of a child. Yes. So let's start with violence. Where children can find violence, or where they suffer violence. Any of you?
I think that in the zones where is the guerrilla or
Gorilla.
where is like guerrilla,
Far.
Gorilla.
guerrilla,
Uh-huh. Yes.
Like
gorilla,
Like gorilla.
gorilla.
when I hear that word in Trinidad,
Uh-huh.
I understood gorilla, and I said, "But what gorilla? Like monkeys?" No.
Yeah, I understood the same.
Uh,
Gorilla,
no, gorilla. Is with the
gorilla,
only one L.
and the bands of bad person like in Medellin. Or they are um, that they are in the business of the drugs, then they need uh, children that um, consume the drugs and the other persons.
Karen, I couldn't understand you. Could you please repeat? Sorry, the sound was poor.
All teacher,
She forgot.
um, I was talking about gorillas
Yeah.
and the bands like in Medellin, where is
Uh-huh.
many persons in the business about the drugs. The night
Uh-huh.
talk that is the most um, common with when are the violence. When is the violence? Where is the violence? Sorry.
Okay. Jocelyn, what do you think about the violence? How this affects children?
Can be said for armed groups, mm, gangs, FARC. Mm, eh, no more. Hello.
Are there any conflict in your town, Jocelyn?
Yes, teacher.
Yes. What kind of conflict do you have?
Armando.
Eh, mm, I had conflict by groups, by armed groups. For example, eh, LN,
ELN, okay.
LM, FAR, este, ¿cómo se llama? Mm, mm, I do not the paracos, decían acá.
The paramilitaries.
Yes.
Okay. And is common to see in your town that there are many children who are not assisting to the school.
No, all children assist to the school.
Okay, okay, so that's good because if you say that these kind of groups are in your town, yes, or have been in your town, it's a little complicated for the for children, yes, to go there.
Yes.
But it's nice to see to hear that
Yes.
they assist us.
Mm,
What about the violence at home?
now or after?
Could be now, better now.
Now, I don't know. I know problems.
There are no programs.
No. Now,
Okay,
no.
okay, Estela and Karen. What about the violence at home? What do you think about that? Do
Uh,
you think that is a factor?
yeah, I think everywhere children have problem because of violence at home. Right now, we listen in the news that the husbands kill the wives and hit them, and that with the time is more problems like that, and sometimes they are like they kill the children.
Hmm.
I think it's something that uh, like justice and police and all of them, they don't know how to stop it.
Yes, Karen.
I think that is a problem that is very difficult. I think that the origin,
Uh-huh.
it could be profe, ¿cuál sería mejor? ¿Machismo o maleness?
And the first one that you say what was?
Machismo.
I
Or
think
is
that is another word for machismo. There is another
male,
word.
here say that is maleness. Maleness.
Maleness. Could be possible, yes, but there are another one. I don't remember the word in this moment. But we can use maleness.
Yes, I think that the maleness is like the reason, no? Because the men sometimes when they was a kid, they saw that his father fight with her mom, and it's very normal because he is the man and the woman have to be a good girl and don't say anything and support the bad traits from the man.
Mm-hmm.
Then I think that it that for boys and girls more with more problems and with problems with the other classmates because they um, do the same that they saw and live in home.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yes, they follow the example.
An example of that?
No, yeah, you mean that they follow the example of the things that they suffer at home, in her houses or in their
Yes,
houses.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
I think that is it could be the when I was in the high school, I
Yeah.
had um, a classmate. She was living with her aunt because her mom was in Bogota with uh, her other brothers, and her mom was with a new boyfriend or something like that. Then that girl was very terrible,
Terrible.
terrible because they made she made a lot of noise and she fights like a boy.
Mm-hmm.
Something and when the teachers they buy things about her at her aunt, the aunt in front of in front of us
Mm-hmm.
um, punish her very hard.
Oh my God.
She take at my classmate with the hair and dio una cachetada así.
Oh my God. So
And
it's something terrible.
yes, but the teachers and the coordinators and don't say anything because she in the class is very was very rude and very aggressive with other classmates. Then I don't know why they don't uh, think more in she and what happened, why she is um
Feeling.
yes, they don't
Mm-hmm.
never was
Yes. Maybe this problem is because adults think only in them. Yes. They don't think that children need a support and careless. Yes.
yes,
They don't pay attention to them. And that is one of the factors that influence in the behavior of children. And in that case, your classmate is because she has a lack of love, of mother and father love, and it's not the same to have your aunt to you or with you because they
yes,
don't give you the same love. Yes, and you said
yes,
that
but
the
I think that
aunt
maybe
treated her bad.
yes, but I think maybe the aunt was angry with her mom, with the mom of my friend, because they just leave the girl in home and don't the mom don't give money for his daughter and don't say anything. Then maybe the aunt was very angry and entonces sí se desquitaba con la niña, porque pues
Yeah,
la
but
mamá la educada.
yes, of course, but she doesn't have the fault of everything.
Yes,
And it's something that some adults don't understand.
yes. The same
Yeah.
happened with my father.
It's a sad story.
Yes,
Really?
yes.
What happened to your father?
My father since what? since was a kid. He was living with the mom of my grandparents, be grandparents or something like that. I am not sure
Uh-huh.
because my grandparents lived them, and they had come like 8 years, and it's like nothing. My father was had a hard um infance,
Childhood.
childhood, yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because all my aunts, he has 11 aunts, and then one weekend was with an aunt, and the other weekend with other aunt. Then sometimes they was very rude with them because they look at them like arrimados.
Okay.
Yes, then was very hard. And my father said that if he is alive because my grandparents take care of him, and they give him all the love that the mom and his father don't don't give him. Then he is very happy and remembers all with the most love, and they don't have hate for his parents.
Yes, it's the best thing that you can do and all of your family can do, because that pain, if they feel something bad towards them, it's bad for yourself.
Yes,
Yeah.
because my grandmother did uh, did him like a refrain,
Mm-hmm. A
and they
saying.
all, yes, a saying that he always remember me, that is you can hate your mom. Ah, no, espere, estoy igual que el Chapulín Colorado, algo así como que a pesar de que sean muy malos, uno nunca, bueno, los puede odiar porque siguen siendo sus padres, ¿no? Así hayan sido
Okay.
terroristas,
That's
malvados, nunca no los debe odiar.
yeah. Yes. Your father is your father. It doesn't matter who was he or who is he or who is she in the case of
Hmm.
mothers.
Yes.
Okay, so we can see that the violence is a factor that influences children because all of that and because the experience that Karen has shared with us. But what about natural disasters? How those natural disasters can affect in the education of children?
Um, because like in the case of earthquakes, um, uh, when the water, the rivers,
Flood,
yes,
floods.
floods, um, some people lose everything and towns, and then they don't have schools, no teachers, no money. Then it is a problem that affect education.
Mhm. Yes. What do you think that about that, Roxy? Jocelyn?
Tell me, teacher.
What about natural disasters can affect the education of children?
Mm, I think the violence.
No, Jocelyn, I can't hear you.
Tell me. No.
Try to complete your idea, please. Stella and Karen, can you listen to her?
No, teacher.
No, teacher.
Jocelyn, try to leave the room and then come in again, please. No, no, I can't hear you. Okay, while she fix the sounds problems that she is facing. So, Karen, what do you think about it? About the natural disasters?
Mm, I think that is something that um, steal the time for the students because, like the little girl said, in her school was using like um I don't know the word.
Shelter?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, then I think that is something difficult for her. And the other thing that happened is the ay, when the school tiene grietas.
Mm,
Okay, when the columns, yes,
yes.
when the columns
Yes, or
have presents like cracks,
yes,
yes,
or
or
maybe the
yes. Mm-hmm.
floor move
Mm-hmm.
mountain, or I don't know.
Yes, of course. And what about money? Why money affect in the education if it is said that the education is free?
Mm, but I think that is the best joke that in my life I had heard.
It's a joke. It's true.
Yes,
That is true.
Okay,
yes,
Karen,
because
continue.
for example, with my brother, um, my mom have to buy for him,
Has to.
uh, has to um, buy for him 11 books,
Okay.
uh, one bag, and the colors, pencil, pens, eraser, and other things.
Mm-hmm.
And every day, the teacher asks him copies,
Mm-hmm.
copies, the book. Maybe they have a presentation. They he need um, a suit or more materials when he has art and other things like that. Then
Okay.
Is he in a private school?
no, he is in high school, but the model of education that he has is Fontan.
Okay.
That is
But is a private or a public school?
Maybe private.
no, it's a public.
Really?
It's yes, because it's something. It's other joke of the government. Um, yes, because they want they want to use that model in the public schools for I don't know, maybe be similar at the private schools, but it is not possible because they don't have internet, they don't have computers, they don't have laptops, and the teachers are not enough for them because here is a lot of children, they are not learning anything in the school, but um, they need the materials for pass the subject, but it's very very hard for him and for his friends because he's not a good boy in the college, in the school, sorry.
Okay, okay. So I heard some of the things that you said, but at the end I couldn't understand your idea. Yes, because the
For my
sound was not good.
okay, teacher, because for my brother is
So,
hard because he's like in the college, but they don't responsible for do the tax. Then that is something that you do for yourself. They don't. He sorry, he don't have the responsible for make the tax. Then he is losing this year.
no, okay, okay. It's okay. It's something complicated. This is a topic like, for example, maybe we think one thing and the things are developed in another way. Yes, and they try to change the program and to change the level, but continue with the same methods or strategies. So it's a little
Yes,
hard. For teachers, it's hard too.
yes, I know. But I thought that the responsible is of the rectora.
Principal?
Yes, for the principal because for accept that model, uh, she wants money.
Ah, okay. Mhm.
She wants money, and
Mhm.
she don't ask at the teachers or coordinators. Hey, what do you think about that? No, she
Okay.
just say
She decide herself.
receive her money, and she is very happy with her money. But while the students are very confused, the parents are very angry, the teachers are crazy because they have to check 40 homeworks that that the students can do of a different way,
For
and
40, 40 or
40
14?
40 for see
14.
40
40 or 14? The first or the
40
second?
the first.
40, 40?
For
Yes,
40?
Oh my God, no. It's a
yes,
disaster. It's something
and
incredible.
for each teacher, um, I think that they give class in 8 classroom. In some of
Uh-huh.
them, uh, for example, the teacher of English um, can teach you religion or ethic.
Uh-huh.
Then is
Okay.
more
So,
work.
so one teacher needs to teach another subjects different from the ones that she studied.
Yes, but
Okay.
the most of the time is an easier subject. No
Mhm.
sé cómo en mis tiempos. Tenía un profesor de educación física y me dictaba geometría.
Okay.
Y pues no, tampoco nunca aprendí a hacer una línea, ¿no? Pero sí.
Another job.
Yes.
Okay, so in your case, or in the case of your brother, he is facing one of the most common problems in public schools. Yes. and
Yes,
maybe this is something that the government can see. Yes, or because I know that there are many institutions, and sometimes they don't have a supervision. Yes, about the
yes,
processes that teachers and principals are taking in those schools. They are
yes,
not paying attention about the acts. Yes, because sometimes in the mayor hall and in the government, some authorities, yes,
yes. It's very, very. I
are
am very
interested.
yes. I am.
And your family can change your brother from that school because there is not any other option or
Yes, but my mom
out
have
there.
three options. But the problem is my brother because he has a personality and his age. He is a teenager. Then
Hmm.
his mod is very hard to try talk to him. When he is the good mod, is wonderful. But when he is angry or something like that, oh no, I I prefer don't talk to him because he is very, very rude. And I said my mom, and my mom said that is for his age.
What do you think about that, Estela?
Um, yes, I think like education should be changed a lot of things, and in the last year, we are trying. But Colombia is trying to fix it, but isn't enough. In one small part of the reading, I I understood that in the last year, Colombia is better in reading, improve reading,
Okay.
but we need more and more. Another problem is the teachers. Maybe most of them are not prepared for it. In some courses, uh, I am looking about inclusive education, and but in reality, it's only the name because the schools are not prepared for it. They don't have the they don't have the knowledge, first the knowledge, and second the institution don't have the one
Capabilities
planta física.
of the building.
Yes,
The
the
building is not suitable.
yes for it, and I think it's a mistake because how can they send one special children for one group, uh, even if teachers are not prepared for it? That kind of children are rechazados. I don't know the word, teacher.
What I couldn't understand.
Rechazados.
You said what? Rechazo?
Sí, los niños especiales son rechazados en las aulas.
Uh, okay, so children with different abilities
Mhm.
feels or suffer the rejection.
Yes, yes, is that.
Hmm. Yes, and that's sad because we are talking nowadays about the education inclusive. Yes,
Yes, but it's not true. It's not possible
yeah,
right now.
because we have no maybe us, but in general we have a lack of education and cultural education. Yes, we
Yeah.
have stigmatized all of these groups. Yes, so you are a special person, so you're not going to be here. You are not able to do some things, yes, or many things that maybe I can do.
Uh,
And you need a special class, you need a special attention. And some teachers made that mistake. Yes,
yes, teachers are not prepared for it, and also the mates, the classmates, if they no, do not tolerate, so
uh,
they don't have
yes, they don't tolerate,
and
they
respect.
don't have tolerance.
Yes, and respect that kind of children, but it is good because as parents, the parents that have one special child, of course they want that they have the same opportunities, but
Yes,
it is difficult in our social uh,
context.
context. Yes, teacher.
Yes, that's true. And maybe because in those who are called normal, uh, parents don't teach them that there are different people with the
Mhm.
same capabilities. Maybe they have another way to resolve the things, yes, but they are capable to do the things, and they don't teach that. They teach them to reject people who is different from each of them,
Yes,
and
teacher.
it is sad. It is
And
sad.
close to me, there is a person that I know. The school is in countryside. Yes, it's not in urban zone. It's rural. Um, and the teacher reject is the word,
Yes.
reject the child. But of course, the classmates they do the same thing.
Yes, of course, because this is the example. Okay.
And then the boy has a problem that he is like he wants to call attention. And with that situation, he get worse.
Yes, of course. So they didn't help him.
Yes,
That's sad. There are so many cases that you say how people can live or how they can survive in this world. It's because it is complicated.
yes,
hmm And we don't have tolerance, and we think only in the person, yes, in oneself,
mhm,
and we don't care about others, about their
mhm,
feelings. And that's why maybe there are many children who are not studying, yes, because that consequences.
yes, it's true.
Yes. So we can see that our view, yes, or our I don't know. There is another word for say the panorama. Yes, or I think that is the same. Yes, our panorama is difficult. Yes, it's very difficult. And but now let's going to continue talking uh, about the English level, not only in teachers but also in students, about the readings. Education in Colombia respecting to English levels.
Mm.
So it's poor to say that only there are so it's most of the Colombian or most of the teachers don't speak English because it's more than the half. Yes, 60% of Colombian teachers don't speak English. So it's something sad, and we need to worry about that. Yes, because the idea is that in 2019, um, people or children and students be in a high level. Yes, like B1. I think it's B1. Yes, so B1 for those who finish the high school and those who are studying in a professional careers like in universities, B2, and depending to the career, if you are studying like languages, so you need to be C1. Yes,
Yes,
but there is only 60%. So how we can arrive, or how we can reach that goal? What about the processes that in schools because it starts from preschool. What are the methodology that they are using in order to teach English? So, what do you think about that, Jocelyn?
Tell me, teacher.
What do you think about the English level in teachers? That there is only 60% of them who knows to teach very well.
I think about the
Chapter,
teacher English.
the level of English of our teachers. For example,
Mm,
in your town, yes,
mhm.
there are many teachers of English. They know.
I don't know. My town. Uh, I don't know. I don't. In my town, I do not teacher English. In only in the in the in the secondary.
So it means that in primary school, the children don't learn English.
No, in the primary, no. Only in secondary. The 6 year until 11 year.
So only in secondary, and teachers are bilingual or
Yes,
native in English native teachers.
yes, yes. But in
Where are they
secondary.
from?
What?
Where are the teachers from?
They are from Pasto.
No, I can't listen.
They are from Pasto. The teacher, they are from Pasto.
Ah, okay, okay. They are Colombian.
Yes.
Okay. Eh, but it's terrible to hear that, because what about primary? If we want to improve the level of our children or our kids, we need to start from preschool.
Yes. In the basic primary, I do not look the English, but it's very difficult for me
Yes,
because
of course, because you haven't received an education in that language.
yes.
So you don't know how to express. You don't have vocabulary, but it's because nobody has told or taught you.
Mhm.
Stella and Karin, what do you think about this situation and about the level of our teachers?
I think we are really bad. If, for example, sometimes like neighbors come and say, "Let me help me with the homework,"
Uh-huh.
I can see that the homework, the questions, it has a lot of mistakes. And I say, if a teacher make that kind of mistakes, how the children can learn?
Yes, that's true. Mm-hmm.
Uh, I also think that when we decide to study something like that, a degree in English, um, It's just like, I think, yes, it's not something like, it's just like, because in the 3 semesters that I did, I could see maybe the university should ask for maybe we supposed to have a basic at least before to start, because it's that we are going fast, and if we don't look for information, or we are not there interested in doing the things, it is very difficult to continue. Maybe we can do maybe 2 or 3 semesters, and after we can continue.
But why we can't continue? I couldn't understand you that part.
Because to study a degree like we are doing right now, I think that we supposed to have some like some knowledge about English.
Knowledge?
Yes, like we cannot start from zero to study a degree. We supposed to have
Uh-huh.
like something
Yes.
before to.
So, uh-huh. Okay.
And the problem is because, okay, right now we find the interest about English in most of the schools. But years ago, like when I was studying in secondary, it was something that people don't care too much about English. The students only care to pass the exam and pass the scholar year, and that was all. Right now, it is better, mm, but still we need more. And I had a reading, I don't remember where, but in Colombia, English teacher, we need more English teacher. I think English teacher is the less teacher that we have in Colombia.
When you mean English teacher, you are referring that we need native people. So teachers
No, no
from
native,
America
no
or
only no, no native people, because it is difficult. I know like a few persons that come from another country to teach here, but it's not much. It's just a little bit.
mhm,
Um, but that we need is to prepare properly,
yes.
and it's like be honest with ourselves. If I know that I don't know too much, I can teach.
Yes. Uh-huh.
I think is that is the situation.
But others don't care about that. Yes.
Yes,
They
it's
feel
not.
that because they made a degree, yes, or they did a degree, they know. Because
Mhm.
they know how to use the present simple or the past, they know. Mm.
Yes.
And because sometimes the principals, in order to save money, yes, they don't hire people who is qualified for the job, so they prefer to hire the same teacher who is teaching a social class, yes, or educational, physical education, yes, and this teacher passed to teach English only because he knows how to say good morning.
Yes, and also I also I saw, I hear that some people in my level, they are teaching, and I say, but what can they teach if if we make a lot of mistakes when we talk, when we write, we don't know vocabulary in that point of time? How can we teach if we are in basic? How can we teach?
Mhm. Yes. I don't know. Maybe they have a self confidence and they trust in himself and herself that they don't pay attention to those little but important things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, and as you said, teacher is real. Schools to save money, or one part is to save money, another part is because they don't find the teachers, the English teacher. They just look for any person who says that teach English, but the result is not good.
Yes, I understand that because a few months ago my boss was hiring. Yes, he was looking for another teachers, and he interviewed like three or four because there were no more people, and the secretary told me that it was a little hard because the man maybe had the title, but they didn't have the skill to teach, because you have you need to have a talent. Yes,
Yes.
it's not only to know how to say something and how to explain something. You need a talent.
Mm-hmm.
And there are many that, for example, were living in United States or Canada or any other country who which speaks English, and they think that because they have the level C1 level, because they were living there, they are ready to teach English here in Colombia, and that's not true.
It's true. Yes, it's
Yes,
like that.
and it's complicated, and some schools make that mistake because they think because that person was living in another country, this person will be able to teach to the group, and it is not true.
And as Karen said before, it's like they find a person who maybe talks a little bit or know a little bit of English, some schools used to send them to teach. All right, you speak a little English, or go and teach science, but in
Mm,
English to
but in
check.
English.
And imagine how if no, it's terrible.
And maybe the person doesn't know how to explain science into Spanish, neither
Of
into
course,
English.
it's true. Yes,
It's something funny. It's like they are not taking into seriously the education.
yes,
It's
it's
like
true.
as Karen says, it's like a joke. It's a game.
It's a joke too.
Yes, my God, it's sad. It's sad because also because the government they don't want to explode those abilities and skills that children have, because they want to continue in the power.
Mm,
And if they know that if children are more intelligent than them and they have the opportunity to think and give them better ideas, it's not good for them.
it's true.
Yes. And it's something sad, and I don't know what will happen with our children. Uh, so there are many factors, not only here the education, but as we talked last class, the environmentally problems that we face are things that the future of our children is is a little uncertain.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Passing to another topic about that, but it's about yourself. So, how could be a suitable classroom for children? So, what are the characteristics of a classroom for a children to learn?
I think first they need a comfortable chair to sit.
Mm-hmm.
I saw one secondary school that the children were like big children in one small chair that they can fit there. That is like maybe it's not healthy.
Yeah,
Right now, a classroom needs like technology,
that's true.
something to watch videos, to listen conversations, or in the case of English,
Mm-hmm.
also labs. A lot of schools, secondary schools, doesn't have a lab.
Yeah,
It is very necessary. Mm, with a good light with
Uh-huh.
light illumination,
Highlight. Uh-huh.
and also windows to mm,
To clear the space.
yes.
Mhm. Karen, how many students should be in a classroom?
I think that maybe just as of the most, I think that 12, sorry, 20,
20. Okay.
20 or less.
Okay. How many students are there in your brother's course or grade?
40.
Oh my goodness.
It is plenty, and in my town is similar, but it happened in government schools.
Yeah.
Yes, but I think that is very different because when I was studying in the high school, was the same number of the students, but um, the model was different because we just have to pay attention at the teacher and the teacher explain us at the same time. But in the case of my brother, um, he do the tags and the evaluations alone. Then the teacher has one for one
One by
each
one,
One by
by
one.
one, and the time it is not enough
of course.
for pay attention at the 40 students, and while a teacher is explaining one student, um,
The
10
other
are
Playing.
in playing or in the bathroom or out of the classroom, or maybe are making bullying or something like that. Then it's a problem very very complicated, and the students are not learning because the teacher dedicate for each student like 2 minutes, and if he or she don't learn in that 2 minutes, um, the student has the problem because the teacher can explain again
Hmm.
because he has more students.
Yes, of course. And I don't know, but they don't think about the role of the teacher there. So they think that we are like masters or how do you say, magos, magicians? Yes,
magician.
magicians that we can control all of the minds. Yes, the 40 minds.
It's terrible. I'm feel sorry for one teacher like that. Just imagine to call the attention, to have the attention of 40 students. And I am the person who believes that in one classroom, maybe 5 or 6 students are like good students. The rest is like just want to play, want to jog, want to do everything, but not to pay attention.
Yes,
As
it's
you,
true, and I thought that the teenagers has that problem
Mm-hmm.
because oh, it's very
yes,
very hard, and the mothers are very um, desesperadas,
desperately.
desperate because the kids don't want to study.
Hmm.
My
Yes,
brother don't wants to study.
because teachers and maybe not teachers, but the policies of the rules of the school are others, like the antique way of teaching. Yes,
Yes,
they think that we continue in the same last century. Yes, as you said, but things have changed, and the interests for the students have changed too. And nowadays, they are interested in any other kind of things, totally different from study a new language or to learn how the digestive system works. Yes,
yes.
and
But
if
I
they
thought
don't,
that sorry, teacher.
if if they don't call the attention to them with classes where they are involved in role plays or something like that, it's complicated. And of course, because the support that in house they receive, so it is not enough.
Yes, I think that maybe for the families it's very hard to keep the students in that school because it's something that needs internet, a PC, and a lot of things because
Mhm.
it's always investigation and here is uh, the most of the students are in the mountains, then the signal there is not very good and maybe they don't have the money for buy an PC and the government don't think that.
Yes, that's true. And they don't think that the I don't know, the monetary budget of a family is not good.
Yes,
Yes,
it's
the salary, Colombian salary is not good. It is not enough for paying an education and the rest of the things. So how you can how a person that earns a salary, yes, the minimum salary, buy a new PC, yes, or a PC, or hire the internet service, and maybe that person is renting a house. So it's hard,
yes,
and they don't think about that. They don't give the possibilities
yes, and
in
maybe
most of the cities.
yes they have for example four kids and
Hmm.
all is uno en sexto, el otro en séptimo. It's like a series.
Okay. Jocelyn, what do you think is the role of parents in their children's education? What is the role of parents? Jocelyn, what is the role of parents? Yes, in their children's education.
Okay, teacher. The role of the parents is be be aware, ¿sabe con ellos? Aware of the thing, tell them, uh, give give them the education,
Mm-hmm.
mm, share them, um, ready.
No, I can hear you well. No, are you talking, Jocelyn? Because I can't hear you.
Yeah, ready.
Okay. So, what would you like to add, Estela, to the things that Jocelyn said? You heard what she said?
I hear, but I am not sure what I hear. I hear that parents have to give the children education. Is
Yes.
that?
Yeah. Uh-huh. And stay with them. So I understood that accompany them in this process, yes, in the educational process of them.
Yes, I think the first education for children start at home in all the ways. Children should go to school only to learn more things, but the beginning of all the education start at home. Some parents, because they are busy or maybe because they don't know, they just leave them to do whatever they want in the school. And I think that kind of children uh, don't have a good qualification, so they are not interested because they need that the family be close.
Yes, totally true. This,
Another thing is that some parents, not everywhere, but in some places, parents don't know read or write, and they don't know how to. They can't help the children.
yes, and sometimes children are not with their parents but with grandpas.
Yes.
The education for them was totally different, and they have forgotten many things.
Mm-hmm.
So if a child comes to the house and say, "Grandma, I need to develop this task," for example, if he's taking a science subject, so of course the grandma won't be able to explain him and to help him with the development of the task.
Yes, but also I think that there are parents that exaggerate it. Like they always have to sit and do the homework with the children. That is nice, but not to do it every day. I that is that I think.
Okay.
Maybe if they don't know, we have to help them if they don't know. But
Yes.
normally they have to sit and do their homeworks by themselves. But
Yes.
we have to just to care, and we know if it's our children, we know if they are responsible or they are not. We know that if we have to be on them all the time or maybe leave them to be responsible. As parents, we have to know that.
Yes, and of course to have an open mind. Yes,
Yes.
because for example, I had experience in one school, and I try to give more to students, more vocabulary, and a topic that was not into the in the curriculum, but parents didn't accept that because they say that first of all they didn't know anything about English, and secondly because it was hard for them to help them to develop the tasks, but they didn't think nowadays they have the possibility to go to an internet if they don't have a PC at home and search for information. Yes, so they were only enclosed in what they think, and that English was not good for them. So in that order, they couldn't help or support their children, or even because they don't think that their children can have a different style of life.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they think that their children will continue producing the soil, yes, and grow many mm, food, or just staying in a farm, yes, caring the animals. They don't think that their children could travel to another place and learn more things and be totally different from them. So parents need to have an open mind too.
Yes.
Mhm. This is my last question for all of you. Eh, how do you think to teach your class to your students, and how will be this experience? Yes. So have you ever thought about that? Do you imagine how will be that experience, the first experience for you in front of a classroom?
Mm, yes, I was thinking that.
And what you talk?
mm, that is that you have to you have to have
Uh-huh.
an a very strong and good attitude
Uh-huh.
uh, for the students and be serious and maybe I don't know, give scare them, but
So you're
but
going to scare your students?
no, but so because when you're serious, you scare at the students. They don't you you like a joke or like a person that can play. See, no,
Mm-hmm.
they will respect you because it's I don't know, maybe it's something that like authority or like a angry father.
Mm-hmm. But authority is something, and scare them is another kind of thing.
But it's a good scare. No, it's something bad. I don't know how to explain it good. Um, but yes, because when you are very friendly and cute with the kids don't take the things serious. Then don't do the tasks, don't make silence in the class. Then you have to be very strict. If sometime I decide to be a teacher, I will be very strict and very angry. But sometimes,
Okay.
not always, because I know that when a teacher is very strict and is very, I don't know how to say, como decidido y si es así, ¿sí? Entonces,
Determine,
yes,
determine.
it's, but no, it's something traditional like the old school. It's like a mix that I don't know how to explain it good, but with if you are a strict teacher, the kids will work and will learn because they will pay attention and they will make silence, and the parents, uh, you can have problems with the parents because some parents are very alcahuetas with the kids.
Okay.
Then was the comments like es que me tiene montada or something like that. Then I think that
Mm-hmm.
with a strong hand, the kids can learn, but at the same time, you have to be um, a friendly teacher because all in extreme is bad.
Yes. Okay. And so, what do you think will be that first experience? You will enjoy it, and your children too, or what do you think it can happen if you are like this in this way, strict?
Um, I think that maybe I will feel very nervous, and I will be very serious with the kids.
Mm-hmm.
And after, when I don't know, when I have more trust in the students, I think I can I can realize how I can be with them.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Estela, the same question.
Hmm. Eh, I think that first class depends of how I prepare the class. If I am sure about everything that I'm going to teach, if I have enough material and material that the children like, I think
Mm-hmm.
it will be a very special time. But
Mm-hmm.
the problem start when when the teacher is not sure or not confident with the topic.
Yes, and you said something important, that is to have the enough material. You need to be prepared for extra material.
Yes, to
Yes,
have
because
them
sometimes,
all the time.
sometimes, oh, the plan A, plan B, and maybe plan C.
Hmm.
Because sometimes the things doesn't solve as you have thought them. So in that order, your class will be a successful class.
Yes, I think so. And I would like, in that case, if I have a group for a long time, I think to have a good relation with them is something very important.
Mhm.
Uh,
Yes.
in my case, it's like be friendly, be mm, like maybe a joke, not frequently, but something that they like,
Yes.
and
Uh-huh.
to have them in a good way, because children are terrible.
Yeah.
If have them in a bad way i- is possible to teach, but it's like to feel a bad mal ambiente, bad
Atmosphere. Atmosphere is okay.
excuse me.
Atmosphere.
Yes, I think it's better in a good way.
Yes, you're right. Take the things in the wrong way or by the force is not good.
Oh, because like the children right now, they talk and they don't like how the teacher treat them, and them is like use the teacher come in and see the faces and they don't like and they hate the class. I think is like not good.
Yes, yes, you're right. And Jocelyn, what about your answer? How will be you in your role as a teacher?
Okay, the teacher I need to have a lot of patience, paciencia,
Hmm. Yes, patience.
uh, responsibility by by strict uh, and have the authority in the class. Um,
Hmm.
so that the student respect it.
Hmm.
Uh, so the class will be more pleasant o agradable.
Uh-huh, grateful, yes. Different is
Eh,
okay.
yes.
And interesting too.
Okay. Mm, I have not the experience of managing a group of the students. No,
Do you have or you don't?
no.
Okay. But do you think that this first time will be good or will be not good?
Will be good.
Hmm. So, which groups would you like to teach first? In preschool, in primary, or secondary?
In primary with the
Okay.
with the um, with the garden
With what? Excuse me?
with the preschooler.
Preschool.
Yes,
Okay, babies.
yes,
Okay. Oh, so it's nice and it's a good experience, but it means that you have to work more. Yes, because you need to have. So if in primary you have three activities, with preschool you have to develop like four, five, six, even 10 activities, because just in 10 minutes they are tired.
yes.
You need to be very active.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay, my darlings, that's all for today. I appreciate your time here in this encounter.
Thank you, teacher.